Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, Penny Size Dreadfuls. As you can see, this is not creepy, this is Christmassy. I reserve the right to be kind of feminine and cute for Christmas because I'm creepy all year long. This tree right here, this Victorian tree, is like the utmost, I guess, visually, this is my mom right here. That's why I loved this tree, in fact. So I do love this, but I would say this is more my style when it comes to like the feminine and cute. I really love the pink and green. I love the mid-century modern 1950s look when it comes to Christmas. And I always do a little Victorian tree for my mom. And then this is a traditional one that I wanted to show you because a lot of people want to do traditional. But the point of this video is actually because I wanted to show you really easy ways that I got some things done. First, this room that you're looking at is the one that I won at the auction in Colorado. You have to look for it. It's their fall show. It's awesome every year. So anyway, I won this room box and I put a bid on this box in particular because this tree was already in here. So I'm going to show you a little bit of a close-up here. This tree is very pretty. I'm going to give you some pros and cons of it though. So you can see like some really beautiful tiny little details. These shells have a really nice sheen to them. They've got that natural kind of iridescence. The pros and cons now. I don't like some of these shells that don't have the iridescence. I feel like they kind of ruin it. But, you know, you pay attention to these little things that are going on everywhere, and it's really pretty. I'm going to change some things. A lot of candy canes kind of just, I guess these maybe were meant to be full of candy canes. I don't know. These little cones, if you know what they are, could you let me know? They're pretty. It's a nice detail. I just don't know if there was like a purpose for them. Like, are they supposed to, I don't know. Anyway, continuing on, like I loved the pink and gold aspect, reminding me of my mom. There is like a beaded garland throughout here. It's kind of hard to see, but it's there. You have to really look up close to appreciate all of it. Now, more pros, these tiny little angels are just incredible how small they are. I love the candy canes. Cons, okay, these little baby's breath, such a smart, I'm sure, fast way to add decor. But the con is that they are terrible in your house. They just get all over everything. I spent a lot of time actually cleaning this carpet, and you can see that it's already all messy just from showing you that tree right now. So what I would recommend to get that look, because it's definitely beautiful, to get that look, first of all, and you know me, I like things aged, and yeah, I like things that are aged, but for some reason this bothers me that it's so yellowed. I wish it was still white because I think it would be more Christmassy if it was white. So I have a lot of this, and it is old, but it's still bright white. And like I said, I don't know what it's called to tell you, but it was, you know, in the craft section at Joann's or Michael's or something. I got a bunch of it. I don't know. I don't remember exactly where I got it from, but it's very bright white. And I feel like it would be really awesome if it were this instead of that. Now, maybe your taste says otherwise, and that's okay. Still, no matter if you're going to use this or that, my tip is spray it down with something. Spray it down with some kind of sealant, a spray adhesive, or something that's going to keep it from falling into dust all over your whole house. Enough on that tree. Moving on. This tree. Oh, I love it. It's so beautiful. It is going to be one of my favorite things forever. I met a woman named Isabel at the Denver Miniature Show 2 years ago. Last year, or actually that would be more like this year in September of 2023, she came to my booth. She gave me a pep talk. She's just the sweetest person. You know, I go to these shows. I'm one of two or three people who do anything kind of creepy or different. So we're not very popular. And she came to my booth and she was like, hey, you be who you are no matter what, and don't worry about anything. And she bought a piece from me, and I just loved her. She was one of my she was one of the most inspiring people to me at the show the year before. I learned a lot from her. I spent time talking with her. She made all of these by hand. She made the little hooks for them, and she made the tree by hand, and she made the skirt by hand also. So look at that detail. She made the whole skirt. She made the little candies. She was incredible. She passed away about 2 or 3 weeks ago. And I was lucky enough to be able to talk to her before she left. Thankfully, one of her friends messaged me on Instagram and said, hey, it's time for you to send her a message, and she'll respond quickly. She's in the hospital, and I'm glad I got to talk to her and tell her how inspiring she was to me. And this tree is always going to be special for that reason. So I've decorated it with her decorations and a little bit of extras, and I want to give you some insight on the extras. This little swag here is actually just a cheap old piece of chain, like a jewelry that kind of like kid jewelry, you know. So let me get into some tips and tricks for you, because that was the point of this video. You've all seen this elastic cord that a lot of people use to do like gift tags, and it's very festive. So I figured out that if you kind of unravel it and ruin it, basically, you start to get, I think there are like 5 or 6 different strands of metallic string, I'll call it. And so I started to take it all apart in long pieces so that I could get these long tinsels here. And then I cut short pieces like this, because I wanted to just cut the short pieces or ruin the short pieces. And you get these little sprays. And I mean, I'm sure you've seen at Michael's that they sell exactly this, like a little spray of a branch or some kind of glittery nonsense. And I can't stand glitter that's on, I mean, everything has glitter on it. The Halloween stuff has glitter on it. It bugs me. I might be the only one, but it bugs me. So take off, unravel it, take off a little bit of that stuff that's left in there, that elastic, so that you have this fun little thing. And then that's going to go on as a little detail. So I'm going to fill the tree with those. There are already a couple on there. This tree, these are needles. I ordered some needle felting supplies on Temu. I do not recommend it. They're very poor quality. None of the needles pierce anything. The plastics go all the way down to here on some of them. They're just really bad. Not usable, really. So I put them all in the tree. Now, I also noticed that the needle holder, if I didn't have that little wooden base, this would be a really cute little stand. This is a coaster, a silver coaster. I keep a little set in my art studio. So I think it looks pretty cute. So this gold garland here is exactly the same concept as that silver. I unraveled a tag and I stole the metallic part to make this. So this is an old necklace, stuff that you don't really care about, but I mean, it's easy, you know? And then the confetti, I'm sure you've all seen the little metallic confetti. I think I got that in a gift basket or something. I wanted to show this ribbon. This ribbon can give some really good vibes here, and I might add some of that later to fluff up this tree a little more. This would become a really nice mid-century modern type of wreath also. Like, just imagine that on a door of a mid-century modern house. It would be so perfect because it's like everything was metallic at that point, right? And those trees are going for like crazy amounts of money right now. And so why not at least have one in your miniature house, right? So that would be such a cute wreath if we finish it and decorate it. Um, and it's just so easy. It's just ribbon, you know, you find stuff that's already around. These little details that are hanging, they might not be easy to see, but it's just a necklace that I broke up. And there were a lot of these little crimp beads. So this is not a chain. This is actually just, well, I guess it's kind of like a metallic string. It's not really like a metal chain. But all those crimp beads were in the way of me stealing the beads off of. So I cut them and then they became little decorations. So I just kind of threw them on there, and wherever they land, they add a little detail. So that's cool. Um, some extra some extra things that you might consider doing. Finding toothpicks that have like a really nice detail. This is a simple detail, but it's still cute. Um, what I do is cut it off. We could sharpen it back up and make them into little icicles hanging. If you're going to be really, really detailed, you could actually make tiny little nutcrackers out of them. Keep your eyes open when you're thrifting and stuff. Like, I got these earrings, even though they're not really like something that I would probably wear. I specifically got them because there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Like, there are like 10 of these on here. And it was, you know, dirt cheap to get the earrings. And then you get 10 of these little balls to use. So that's an easy idea. There's always like a junk bin full of jewelry. So that is cool. And one of my favorite things that I did recently was I made these little candy canes, and they were super easy. So I used DMC embroidery thread and this white wire, which is usually, it's armature for needle feltings, and it's covered in fabric. So I get them from Serafina Fiber. This is what the bottle looks like. It would be very important that you definitely cover the whole wire, and maybe you would do like a couple dots. No, you want to cover the entire thing, and I'll explain why in a second. Let me just put the cap back on here. So you coat your wire. The wire is already coated in fabric, so this is going to be really easy and fast. If you don't have fabric coated wire, you can get regular floral wire and white floral tape, and that will actually help a lot. So I'm getting the 2 colors of the DMC thread, And all I'm gonna do is twist it. Now, normally I twist the wire instead of moving the thread, but I'm just trying to move a little fast for you here. Now, it's a little harder when the wire is long, and oh, the wire is long right now. So remember, I've coated it in glue, and I'm wrapping this thread around, and it's gonna give me like a really high quality, nice looking candy cane. So this glue works, it dries pretty quickly, which is a good and bad thing. So the good thing is that it's grabbing that thread nicely. It doesn't start to bunch, and it's pretty forgiving. The bad part is just don't coat too much of the wire at once. You might wait a little while. And then what I would recommend, don't cut it too soon, okay? Because this is all gonna fray. What's gonna happen is you're gonna end up making your tiny little candy cane. And you can kind of loop this around something if you want it to be perfect. I'm just bending it right now. You can definitely go for perfection. But I would make my little candy cane and I would cut it. And then I would make another one and cut it. So that's where it becomes important that you definitely put glue on the whole thing so you don't end up fraying over and over again. If you coat it well and you wait for it to dry, you're gonna get a really good looking candy cane every time. And there it goes. And it would be super easy. So all you needed was embroidery thread and some wire, maybe some white floral tape to coat that wire if you don't have this fabric covered wire. Super easy, and it goes a long way. Just really adds some festivity there. This is probably the wrong color, but I would use it because I would make a Jack Skellington tree or something. But you know, the little tiny fabrics that you get with your with glasses or stuff like that, wouldn't that make the way it falls is so nice. That would make a nice tree skirt. And I'll show you this one. This was on a wooden base, which is very nice. And I think somebody wanted it to be taller, so they put it on top of a peanut butter lid. So, I mean, that's it. Like, everybody's got that junk around, right? And then some lace to make the tree skirt. No big deal. This is a broken fan handle, and look how awesome that looks, like immediately substantial, right? So that chain is pretty awesome, and you can find this chain as a replacement chain. You can, maybe you have one that's broken too, so you can use it and go around the whole tree. I actually really love the way those needles look, so I'm glad I got some use out of those needles. This little teddy bear, if you've seen my older videos, I got it from one of those mystery boxes from Flip This Dollhouse. So really easy, quick Christmas decorations, just maybe stuff that you hadn't thought of. I don't know. I cut a few pieces and I just folded them in half, and I have them hanging all over the place. So, you know, again, wherever they landed, there they are. So it's just adding a little bit of a flair. Easy little things to think about, and hopefully this helped you. Hopefully you got a little tip out of it, and that's all. I will be making a lot more videos now. I quit my job. I'll make a little vlog to tell you about all of that. So you will be seeing a lot more miniatures. Everything is happening, And I'm really excited. I've gotten a lot done. So I'll see you guys soon. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and keep your eyes open because the creepy stuff is coming back.